right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sanusi Vision Art Life. My name is Adewale Booker Jr. Please review us, rate us, give us a 5-star, don't be a hater. Today, I'm going to talk about Marvel vs. Capcom, perhaps the greatest arcade game ever created. It started in 1998, I believe, and you've got 1, 2, 3, I think maybe 3 versions of it. Whether you played it at school like I did at Long Beach City College, or you played it on your PlayStation, or played it wherever you played it, man. But that game was off the chain. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into this podcast, let's want to thank our sponsors. This Sanusi podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, A4 Capital Consulting is coming out their podcast. They're putting it together. It's going to be awesome. It's educational, it's motivational, it'll get your business going in the right direction. As you can see, Sanusi Vision continues to climb, and this is why we continue to climb, because of A4 Capital Consulting. So A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadale Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain, let Anadale Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I got my custom orthotics from Anadale Center. All I do is use these in every pair of batas footwear that I wear. As you know, we have the sport ones, we have the low tops, we have the high tops, we've got the batas ones, you know what I'm saying? And it's not your generic footwear. It's designed to my feet. They put a machine to my feet, designed it. Next thing you know, I got the right orthotics and I have no more foot pain. So AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. AnadaleCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, I'm very excited about this podcast. Marvel vs. Capcom. I want to talk about, it started in 1998. It's still going till today. Things I want to talk about: how cool the game is, the characters, and then the super moves. Like, it was just ridiculous. I just so geeking out just thinking about this. But before I get into it, right, Marvel vs. Capcom, for a lot of y'all who don't know, if you've never even played it, which would be weird, I'm going to show you just the cover page. You know what I mean? This is Marvel vs. Capcom right here. It's perhaps one of the sickest games you've ever seen. It's just, God, it's ferocious. Let me see here. Yo, I'm trying to load it up. Nah. I mean, it was just beyond, before its time. It's one of those games that you're like, you can't believe how great it is. There's been 1, 2, and 3. That's what's great about this game. Let me see if I pull it up. There we go. So look, Marvel vs. Capcom. A lot of y'all have never seen it. It's pretty ridiculous. It started in 1998. So, I mean, the game, it's probably my favorite fighting game ever. You know, there's been X-Men Children of the Atom. There's been all this different stuff, but Marvel vs. Capcom, oh my God, by every metric is the best, coolest thing ever. It was like, it had the awesomest characters. And it was characters from the universes that I loved. Marvel, which is my favorite, and then Capcom, which created Street Fighter, my favorite fighting game. Then of course you had in that era, right? Because the game, it was something you had never seen before. So, you know, as everybody, you know, individually, you used to just play them individually, whether it was playing Street Fighter or you were just playing X-Men, whether it was the video games on Sega Genesis or whether it was on Super Nintendo or whatever you had. But you was playing it. But then when they brought this together, I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. And then I remember the first time I seen that at the arcade, it was when I was at Long Beach City College. Man, I was hooked. Every chance I got when I didn't have class, I ran to the break room. We had it in this like pool area. It was like I don't want to call it like a lounge area. And the game was in the corner, man. I always had my $2 ready to go, man. Quarters. Let's go. And man, I would be whooping people left and right, man. I mean, I had the coolest characters, the sickest things. Now, going into the characters, right? The characters were, let's start from the Marvel side, because it comes from 2 groups specifically. You've got Marvel side, you've got the X-Men, you've got the Avengers, right? So from the X-Men side, you had Storm, Wolverine, Gambit, Cyclops, Psylocke, Rogue, Gambit. I'm trying to think who else. And Colossus, and then Juggernaut, which are part of the X-Men universe. And then from the Avengers universe, you had Captain America, you had Wolverine, you had Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, War Machine, Spiderman technically is an Avenger, Hulk, who else am I leaving out? I don't think I'm leaving anything else, but that's the main thing. And then from the Capcom side, of course, you know the Street Fighter characters: Ryu, Chunli, Zangief, Guile. Who else? Oh my God, I'm trying to think. Oh my God. And then there was, of course, Megaman, Captain Commando, characters from the Darkstalkers. And if you don't know about Darkstalkers, it was a cartoon that came out. There was actually a fighting video game, which was what made this whole thing really cool. It was a really cool fighting video game called Darkstalkers. It's based on vampires. You got to go play it. You Google it. I don't know where you're going to find it, but you can Google it and then go find out, maybe find it on PlayStation or Sega Genesis or something, because it's a rare game. You had Jin. You had, I told y'all Captain Commando already. Dude, it was so loaded with characters. It must have had at least 25 characters in there. Man, it was so sick. And of course, like, I always had my awesome combo of Ryu and Wolverine. And then, of course, occasionally I would throw in Gambit because of the Cajun Strike. Cajun Strike, that super move that Gambit had with the cards. It would just hit you with like 100 sticks. And then, of course, Ryu with the Hurricane King and the Blasting Beam. And then, of course, Wolverine, Broom Claw, Tornado Claw, Berserker Barrage. And then when I really want to get at cats with like projectiles, I went Iron Man and Wolverine. I always made sure I had Wolverine combined with a projectile person, because Wolverine's more of a hand combatant, whereas Ryu and Iron Man are more like projectiles. And of course Ryu was the hybrid, because he could hand combatant and he could do projectiles. I mean, the game was so sick. Whether you played it at arcade, whether you played it on the PlayStation, whether you played it on whatever, but it was sick. And of course there was Megaman, the Spiderman. Spiderman had this super move called Web Walk. He would hit you with a web and the whole web would just encase your body. Megaman was like, they made him really look like a kid, and he literally was he looked like a midget in the game, and he would hit you with these giant beams. I'm like, whoa. Then you had this guy named Jin. He was like, he had this big old sword in his hand, and he could just slice through the screen and cut you up. You had Guile, of course, Chunli. Chun-Li's costume changed. So instead of wearing that skirt outfit, she kind of had like leggings and her costume was sick. Let's see right here. Who else did you have? You had let me see. Who else did you have? Let's see, on the X-Men, so Gambit, Cyclops, Captain America, he had the Charging Stripes, Final Victory. He hit you with like this 30 hit combo. He just like boom, 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 and just hit you with like 30 punches. Like, what the hell happened? Charging Stripes was like this thing he did with his shield where he would charge at you and knock you down. Then you had Hulk. He would smash the ground. That was a super move. You had who else? You had War Machine. His super move was called War Destroyer. A bunch of missiles would just hit you. Then you had Iron Man, of course. Come on, man. You know I was going to leave Iron Man out. Iron Man, sick with it. Unibeam, Proton Cannon. Unibeam was a beam that you used consistently all the time to keep people away from you. But then if you really want to take them out, once your energy chi was charged up, Proton Cannon. And I used to love the combination where you could bring look at me getting a call in the middle of a podcast. And where you could bring two characters and they could do the super moves. And it was, God, Marvel vs. Capcom was something just off the chain. Who else were the characters? They had Psylocke, you had Cyclops, of course, with the giant beam, Optic Blast. You had Cammy. I forgot. Cammy was also in this game from Street Fighter. Who else? God, it was so many cool superheroes. Then you have Colossus, of course. It was just a game beyond its time. And then, of course, the super moves. I'm already kind of telling you about that. So, you had Wolverine with Tornado Claw, Bro Claw, Berserker Barrage was his main move, and then this thing called the X, where he'd chop you up and then hit you with an X. You had Spider-Man with the Web Walk. You had Ryu with the beams, the Dragon Punch, Chun-Li with the Hurricane Kick. But the Hurricane Kick, and the Spinning Bird Kick wasn't really going under where she flips upside down. No, she was kicking you up. And then you had Captain America with the Charging Strike. You had Gambit with the Cajun Strike. You have a Rogue in this game. I forgot about that. She would zap your energy. You had Storm. Rogue could kiss you and then zap all your energy and you'd be done. And then she could hit you with this like 15 hit punch combo. God, this game was, I could sit all day here long and talk about this game all day long. Dude, like, it's till today, like, there's been many versions of the Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, and 3. It's probably the greatest arcade video game ever created. It was like a real big blockbuster to see two giant companies come together and bring two illustrious universes together. I mean, God knows how much money those guys made. Hopefully there's gonna be, and then in the three, in like the subsequent Marvel vs. Capcom games that came around, you had Chunli, you had so many characters. You had Akuma, you had from the Marvel side, you had I think they added Thor. Who else am I thinking about? Let me see here. You know what? I might be able to find it, y'all. Y'all give me a second. God, it was ridiculous. You even had Jubilee from the X-Men. That's how crazy this game got. You had Marrow from the X-Men as well. It just kept on adding and adding and adding, and of course you had Juggernaut in the game. It was an illustrious game, man. So Marvel vs. Capcom, if you've never played it, you gotta go play it. Shoot, let me see if I can find something else for y'all to see. Dude, if you've never, I'm shocked a lot of people don't know about this game. Let's see here. Marvel vs. Capcom right there. More of it. You know what I mean? Dude, you have got to go. If you've never played this game, you really, 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 really need to go play it. It's the coolest thing ever. I remember when I was still in college, I whooped the whole football team twice. Back to back, off of one quarter. That's how good I was in that game. I made it my business to let Wolverine and Ryu give everybody the business, man. And if I wasn't using Wolverine and Ryu, I was using Wolverine and Iron Man. I always had Wolverine because he was my favorite Marvel character at that time. You know what I'm saying? Bro Claw. The only thing I've always thought that was always missing in this game was Blade, who is not my favorite Marvel character. God, I would love to see a Marvel vs. Capcom where Blade is in it, Black Panther's in it. Who else would I want in it? Beast from the X-Men. That would be kind of cool. Who else? If they could get Apocalypse, that would be sick too. Because I remember in the game called X-Men Children of the Atom, Apocalypse was in that, but also too Magneto was in that. Oh my God, that was so ferocious. If they could get Cable was in it too. In subsequent Marvel vs. Capcom game, Cable was also in it too. God, this game is so sick. From 1, 2, and 3. It's so sick. It's the only thing cooler than Street Fighter. That's the only arcade game I can ever think of that was ever cooler than Street Fighter. So y'all, that's today's show, talking about Marvel vs. Capcom, and you gotta check it out. But before we get up out of here, as I always like to talk about, let's talk about the newest things we got. We got the Bata Sport ones. You know what I'm saying? It's the newest thing in the whole footwear line. Bata's Footwear Sport ones. Sick as hell. You know what I mean? Check this out, y'all. But what's cool about them is that, as you can see, the art reverts. His art is different on every shoe. So this is the right foot, right? You got the art right there. And on the inside of it, you got the art right there. Then on the left foot, you got the art right there. You got the art on the inside is different. And yo, it is super comfortable. You can play basketball in them. You can do pretty much running them. They're good for everything pretty much. You can even do some general wear, like just wearing them with jeans, man. They are so sick and comfortable. So y'all, Bata's Sport ones, get them. And we got them in different characters through Cards of Assassins, as you can see right here. You know what I mean? But you can get them in Iron Man, Blade, Batman, Wonder Woman, Voltron, Megaman, Turtles. Any of the droids you see on the banner behind me, the Sport ones shoes are available in them. You know what I mean? And then also too, since we're still in winter and you love working out, you got to get one of our long sleeve tees. You know what I mean? Now the cool thing about the long sleeve tees is that we got all over the place, as you can see, right? But also too, you can get them in slim fit design, or you can get them in loosey goosey. Like some people don't like the slim fit design. And then of course we got it for men and women. For the women, we got V-neck as well available, because I know women prefer the V-neck. But long sleeve tees, y'all, they are sick comfortable, the coolest material ever. As you can see, the detail of the work of the long sleeve tees. Look at the right arm, man. You know what I mean? And then look at the left arm. This is what we're doing here at Sanusi Vision, man. Making the coolest stuff. And also, like I always like to say, don't forget to get your copy of the Cards of Assassins Bio book, because the first official Cards of Assassins book is coming out, and man, it's gonna be fire, y'all. So y'all get ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Get you a copy today, available on SanusiVision.com. From the sport ones to the long sleeve tee that I showed you, to this comic book right here, this bio comic book, available on SanusiVision.com, y'all, because the first official Cards of Assassins comic book is gonna be all that and a bag of chips. It's a game changer. I'm so excited. Correction phase is really all that's left. And I'm just going through it, making sure I find through, comb to it, because when it comes out, it's going to be on and popping. It's a grand achievement as far as I'm concerned in terms of what I've achieved. got me so excited for the future of Cardiac Assassins. So Cardiac Assassins, buy a book, available on Sanusi.com. So y'all, that concludes our show today. But before we get up out of here, we got to pay these bills and take care of these bills. This Sound Vision podcast is brought to you by A4 Capital Consulting. Growing good business anywhere and everywhere. Let A4 Capital Consulting take your business to the next level. That's A4CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. That's A4 CapitalConsulting.com for details, y'all. And this podcast also brought to you by Anadel Foot and Ankle. Don't live with foot pain. Let Anadel Foot and Ankle make your feet happy again. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. That's AnadelCenter.com for details, y'all. As I stated before, today's podcast was about Street Fighter Marvel vs. Capcom, the sickest arcade game ever, man. So I want to thank y'all for listening. This podcast is produced, written, and directed by yours truly, Adewale Agboke Jr. Please check out our website at soundvision.com for all the cool new stuff we got. Aside from the sport ones we just got in, now we're gonna pretty soon have athletic shorts for men's and boys. We've got puffer jackets on there now. We've got new design hoodies, new design bomber jackets. A lot of the winter wear is there ready to go. New beanies, as you can see, I got in my hair right here. They're double-sided. They're sick as hell. Just in case if you're wondering, yes, that's right. They're double-sided. As you can see on one side, and if you flip it, check it out. Different set of art on the other side. And it's colored. You can have two different color schemes too. So let me flip it back to this side and wear it this way. So I'm going to end the show that way. You know what I mean? But yo, that's what we're doing at Sound Vision, man. All kinds of cool stuff. As you can see, I got the classic versus assassins, Cardiac Assassins, classic versus Cardiac Assassins characters on this side of the beanie. You know what I mean? So if you get tired of one side, you flip to the other side, you can have another beanie. It's like having two beanies in one. You know what I mean? And everything we make on Sound Vision is custom designed. So from the phone cases to the glasses cases, to the sweater that I got on right here, everything is custom, man. So check it out, yo. And please subscribe to our podcast now, available strictly on our YouTube channel at Sound Vision, because it's a better platform for us. You know what I'm saying? We're growing there exponentially. So check it out. Our podcast is also available every Monday on our YouTube channel at Sound Vision. And please follow us on our social media platforms at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Sound Vision. And also to our YouTube channel, our Facebook is also available on my personal name, Adewale Agboke. You know what I mean? But those platforms, specifically YouTube, Facebook Reels, and TikTok, those are the game changers right there. You got to have your social media platform on because it helps you to grow as an artist. So if you're an artist listening to me, who likes listening to me, please listen to me. Get your social media game up. It's free advertising. You can do it right. You can get notoriety. You can draw attention to your business, to your website, and get all the traffic you need, man. So please check it out. And please don't forget to review us, rate us, give us a 5-star. Don't be a hater. And as always, y'all, continue to aspire and achieve. Have a great week. Stay safe, y'all. Peace.